Alright, hello and welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in tonight to another set from Alchemy League Season 5. As you may have gathered from watching the opening slideshow, Alchemy League Season 5 is space themed. So all of our custom maps that are featured in this competition of players ranging from 1K to 2.2K are space themed themselves. Not like science fiction themed, but just like science class themed space maps. As always in this cast of Age of Empires 2, we have two sets to show. Each set is Play All 2. We will first see Ragnar versus Superhero from round 4 of the second sprint of Season 5. And then we will see Shixo versus Ice-T from round 3 of the second sprint of Alchemy League Season 5. I'm showing you right now the map draft for Ragnar and Superhero. There is a map of the round, and that is the first map that is played, and that is what the host has to pick. And then they take turns discarding maps until only 2 remains, and then the draft picks one randomly for them. In this case, it looked like it picked Jupiter, but it could have just as easily picked, let's see, some other map that I am overlooking right now. So you got Mars, got Neptune, got Asteroid Belt. It'll come to me later. I think there's 10 maps overall. 10 or 9 maps perhaps. No, it's 9. Okay, so Ragnar and Superhero. And then, oh yeah, so it could have been Syzygy. That's the one I was forgetting. So we can see that's in the band there. Okay, so, and then the second set that we're going to watch is Shixo versus Ice-T. And this is round 7, or the third round of the second sprint. And the map of the round for that one was Saturn. And then they took turns discarding maps until only Comet and one other map remained. Wonder what that other map could be. Singularity, perhaps? Yeah, Comet and Singularity remained, and they got Comet. So that's what they're going to play. So for civilization drafts, Ragnar, the way that it works is the admin bans 5 maps initially, and then they globally ban 2 civilizations, and I believe it's 2 pick for each of them, and then 1 snipe for each of them, and then 2 more picks. So the civilizations that we'll see Ragnar play as, or if he'll play as 2 of these civilizations, he has the choice of Dravidians, the Khmer, or the Lithuanians, and Superhero 55 will have the choice of Japanese, Romans, or Bengalis. Shixo versus Ice-T. Shixo will have the options of Lithuanians, Koreans, and Bohemians, and Ice-T will have the options of Byzantines, Mayans, and Japanese. So having explained the civilization drafts, let's explain the players a bit. Superhero 55 is down here in the low to mid 1400s, and Ragnar is calculated at the mid 1500s. So a little bit more than 100 elo difference. So with Ragnar having an advantage, and then Ice-T is calculated at 2K, Shixo calculated about 2.2K. So Shixo with a significant elo advantage over Ice-T, but again, custom maps, anything can happen. One more thing before I move on to the cast, I just want to plug a shameless promotion of Alchemy League Season 6. We're doing very well, and you can see that we have 21 signups so far, not including this Smurf Punk Chariot. So if you haven't already, and you think you might be interested in playing in these sorts of settings, although be it on a different set of maps, consider signing up for Alchemy League Season 6. You can find information about that in our Discord. So with that introduction having taken place, let's jump into Game 1 for Ragnar versus Superhero. Alright.
Yes.
So the map of this particular round that they have to play, this is round 8. This is Cataclysm. Cataclysm was seen in Alchemy League Season 1. You start off on these little space station type island things. And you can choose to leave a villager behind and build a dock, or you can move everybody in. It looks like they've Superheroes decided to build the dock first and move 2 of his villagers in to build a town center, although he's still having a hard time pathing, I guess. I'm not really sure what that was all about. He's going to be a little bit behind Ragnar in terms of getting a town center up. So Ragnar's already built a strong fraction of his town center. He's already built over a third of it, and Superhero has not even started yet. But Superhero will have a superior dock location. So Cataclysm was in Alchemy League Season 1. Normally we don't reuse maps, but Cataclysm has been updated a little bit. These starting islands were given some elevation, some extra resources that you can take, although we haven't actually seen any players build starting town centers on this island. They always come in here to build their town center. And then the planet was also given biome variation, so this planet is the desert version, but we have seen different versions of the planet this league before, but in Alchemy League Season 1 it was only one version with oak forests. So Superhero already coming over here to try to find his opponent. Maybe Superhero has got an aggressive build planned. He is the Bengalis, and Ragnar, taking that goat back, Ragnar is the Lithuanians. So these scouts have very poor vision. If we trigger the Fog of War here, we toggle it, you can see that this scout only has a vision radius of 1, but because he's super tanky, he doesn't really care if he gets a few arrows rained on him. So we gave this scout very little health, or sorry, very little vision, because this is a nomad map and we wanted to preserve the nomad feel, but we still wanted to give the players the ability to pick up some sheeps here and there. So he's got poor vision to be able to pick up the occasional sheep around the map. And because he has poor vision, he could very easily blunder into the enemy town center, so therefore he has a ton of health. So sometimes you'll see players, and he can't attack. So sometimes you'll see players actually wall this scout in. If their opponent moves into their base and then forgets about the scout, it's easier to wall the scout in than to attack it. So Superhero is going to come home here. He should really bring this goat in, and he should claim this other goat here. He's used this goat, I think, to find a boar, maybe? Oh no, he's weakening this rhinoceros that's close to his town center. So the desert version happens to have these rhinoceroses with some more food. He manages to get that down. So could see a little bit more feudal action on this map. Let's take a look at it from Ragnar's perspective. So Ragnar has not found Superhero, actually. This is telling me that Ragnar is more so planning Fast Castle. What else do you need to know about this map? You need to know that all of the relics are kind of in this decimated, ruined zone right here. So here are the relics. There's 5 of them. They're in this area. So it's actually pretty easy to go for a relic victory on this map. And of course this moon has collapsed into the planet, which is why this area is ruined. And the moon has lots of minerals on it. Lots of stone and gold, but no wood. And the wood is all out here. So sometimes players prioritize the wood, and they go out here and they build on these forests, and sometimes the players prioritize the planet, and or sorry, the moon, and they come over here and they build town centers and they take all of the gold. So different strategies can work out different ways. Superhero's bringing in this other boar here. Maybe we'll see Superhero go for a fast feudal into fire ships. Ship aggression is very common on this map, although it looks like Superhero only has 1 fishing ship. Which I'm not sure that I agree with. I feel like he would want to maybe build some more. Most players build more. Let's see what he's doing. No, he's not building any more fishing ships. So I suspect that Superhero's got a very fast feudal. Maybe he's got some scouts play figured in for his game. Transport ship for Ragnar. Let's count Ragnar's fishing ships. Actually, wow. So look at this, guys. Ragnar has not even built a dock. That's crazy. What are these players thinking? Everybody docks on this map. Well, this is going to be exciting, because I find the docks to be very boring. Okay, Superhero has finally built another fishing ship. I'm actually very excited by Ragnar's decision to not dock. I think this will be a lot of fun. Maybe Ragnar is going to go Fast Castle, and he's going to build a monastery, and he's going to make monks, and he's going to monk rush Superhero. That would be pretty entertaining to watch. I hope that we see that, but I don't know what we're going to see. Let's check and see what Ragnar's resources look like. Maybe he's close to clicking up now. He actually is. He just needs to force drop off a little. Actually, cancel that villager, and then he can click up. But he's going to build this house instead. So this tells me that he's got maybe a build order planned, and he doesn't believe he can click up yet. So, well, that's a little bit of a mistake. But he's coming out here to take this gold. This is a pretty vulnerable gold. Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. He's going to block the boar with these gold villagers. Okay, so maybe to help out the lure, this villager's going to come home. And Ragnar still has not clicked up to the next stage. These rhinoceroses are kind of dangerous, though. Their attack animation is a bit faster. So Ragnar could lose this villager to the boar here. He's got to be very careful. He does. Ouch. So he loses the villager to a boar, but he does manage to click up. So he's going to be just a little bit behind. Which sucks because he's not on water either. So Superhero has a big villager advantage over Ragnar. But maybe Ragnar can still get up quickly and hurt Superhero significantly. So Superhero with a bunch of fishing ships now. He's got 5. It's like having 5 villagers on food that Ragnar can't touch because he's not on water. So Ragnar bringing in these additional goats. And he's got his scout here waiting and watching. Let's see if we can infer what Ragnar is doing. I see some walls, so this is telling me that Ragnar is not planning on making feudal age military, or he's not planning on playing aggressively for now. And I really do think he's going a fast castle. Now let's see if Superhero knows about Ragnar's gold, because if he does, that could give Superhero an opening to pressure Ragnar, but he does not. He knows that there's a gold here, and if he were curious about how to hurt Ragnar in the feudal age, he'd probably come back here and check to see if Ragnar went out to that gold. That's what I would do. I'd be like, well, you know, I have some archers here, or I have some tower building villagers, and I need to figure out where to build that tower. Oh, let's try this gold right here. See if Ragnar's taking this gold. Now Superhero has found this stone, but I think Superhero should try to like do a little bit more of a thorough job of exploring in here, because it is also possible that Ragnar could have since come out to this gold, or maybe there's another gold over here or something that Ragnar went out to. So Superhero should try to find where Ragnar's taking gold. He sees the stable, and he should get out of there. And Ragnar's probably cramming up a market too, or something. I guess Ragnar will build a market as soon as he has the well, he's got the resources. Where is his other feudal age build? Oh, okay, there it is. So he is going to build the market there. He just wants to kind of wall. So market blacksmith from Ragnar. He lost a villager. The lucky thing for Ragnar is he has a bunch of sheep, and he's eating them now. So that'll help him afford fast castle age. Meanwhile, Superhero is feudal age, and has Superhero made any feudal age military whatsoever? No. Superhero is clicking up to the castle age. So they are both fast castling. The difference is that Superhero took the time to make ships, and he's actually getting a lot of food and profit from that. And Ragnar actually I don't think is clicked up yet. No, he hasn't. He lost that villager, which really sucks. So he's going to build a barracks now, and he's going to continue to take this gold, and now he's able to click up. Maybe abuses the market a little bit. But unfortunate for Ragnar, he is behind Superhero, but his score is decent. I'm not really sure how Ragnar's score is so good. Maybe it could be that Lithuanians are getting a little bit of extra resources or something. Alright, he deletes this house and he's moving out across the map. So I consider this to be an important point. We should watch this villager carefully and see what she does. He's built a barracks, but he hasn't built a stable. So maybe this barracks is going to build some spearmen, and he's going to kind of like play this like arena. I don't know. Okay, he's building a forward stable here. So Superhero has built an outpost to warn him if Ragnar is approaching this gold. Superhero, I don't think, knows about this stable. Ragnar just started building it. Let's check the Fog of War. Yeah, Superhero does not know about that stable at all. So Ragnar could go knights. I feel that Ragnar should go monks. I would love to see some monks here from Ragnar. Alright, so Superhero hits the castle age. What's the plan? He's going to build a castle on his gold. This castle will help keep that gold safe, and it will protect the back of his base. It'll make it so that he could reasonably take wood here as well. I think he could have gotten away with building it here and maybe walling off to the edge here, but, you know, Superhero doesn't know everything that we know. He's not omnipotent, although I've heard he's pretty close. He is a superhero after all. So Ragnar hits the Castle Age, and what's the plan for Ragnar? Look at this builder moving around, and yep, Monastery. So this is a great choice from Ragnar. The relics are literally all around here, and Superhero has not even built. He has not even built a monastery yet. He's going into Rathas, but if Ragnar makes monks, then he can just convert the Rathas. So Rathas are a tricky unit to counter because they've got melee and they've got ranged. But one thing that they're still weak to, regardless of whether or not they are melee or ranged, is monks. Because they are castle units, and monks generally convert castle units pretty easily. No unit from the castle really has any monk resistance at all. In fact, I think they're somewhat vulnerable to monks. Now, this up here could be a problem for Ragnar. If he's going to be active down here, I think it'd be worth Ragnar's time to build his mining camp down here. Because if Superhero finds this, this could be a lot of dead villagers. And I think Ragnar is like, yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't send so many villagers out here. So now Superhero is scouting out Ragnar. Ragnar deciding to go back, I guess, and hope that Superhero doesn't find this. But Superhero does know about this gold. So it's only a matter of time. Surely Superhero would know that there's no gold in here. I mean, the chances of there being any gold in here are quite slim. Because there's not a lot of gold on the planet in general. So, you know, if he's not taking gold here, Superhero should be all over this gold, looking for it, trying to figure out where Ragnar is. Superhero is coming now across the map. He doesn't know that there's anything here, but he's going to stumble into this stable. And now Superhero's like, oh, shoot, my opponent has some things here. And the good news for Superhero is he actually does have a lot of Ratha, so he could do some damage. He just has to know where to attack. So here he comes. He's going to try to clear this out and see what else is here. Ragnar trying to get a conversion in. No, Superhero, no! Send this over here, Superhero. Now the good news for Superhero is that he does manage to pick off that monk. Ragnar has already picked up a relic, though. Let's take a look at Ragnar's point of view. Ragnar's making another monk, and he's gotten 2 relics so far, and he's trying to get more. Superhero's Rathas are doing decent damage to these knights. The knights don't have any armor upgrades, they only have attack upgrades. I really feel like Superhero should kind of go for broke here and stop this. He does not want Ragnar getting all of the relics. Okay, Ragnar gets a conversion on the Ratha and then loses the monk of his own. See, this is why you need at least 2 monasteries, preferably 3 monasteries. And then you need them like up here, and you need to be monk rushing your opponent. This castle can't defend the entire base. A monk rush works really well on this map. Okay, so Ratha running away, Superhero running around, or Ragnar running around to raid. Okay, he's built a town center up here to help keep his villagers safe. Superhero didn't find this in time, I guess. And now if Superhero looks up here, the villagers are going to be able to hide in the town center. So they'll be relatively safe. Superhero being a kind of a bully, a little bit obnoxious. He's got a couple of ships here. They're opening this up, and they're annoying the lumberjacks, but they haven't done too much damage to Ragnar. Ragnar's villager count is 31, and Superhero is at 37. So Superhero with a big economic lead. I'm not really sure why Superhero is running away from this one monk. I feel like he could totally just storm this monastery. Okay, here he comes. I think he's coming back. He just wanted to deal with these raiding units. Conversion had here for Ragnar. But, you know, if you're behind, you really got to go all in like that. You know, you can't just, oh, I'm going to 2-town center boom. Because actually, Superhero isn't even 2-town center booming. Okay, he's building a monastery now. He's building a monastery. He's still got his castle, pumping out some Rathas. And his plan is to destroy Ragnar's monastery and then steal the relics that Ragnar collected. Let's see how many relics Ragnar has. Ragnar currently has 2 relics, so he hasn't been able to pick up any more relics because he hasn't really devoted himself to the monastery. He's decided he's better off building 3 town centers and booming. Ugh. Ugh. Ragnar, no! And the thing is, Lithuanian monasteries work faster, too, so He could have pumped those monks out. He probably could have gotten away with only 2 monasteries, actually. If only he had devoted sufficient villagers down here to mine the gold and produce sufficiently from them. But he's going to 3 town center boom instead. So it's a 3 town center boom against a 1 town center. Pretty much all in here. I mean, Superhero made some ships. Some fishing ships and the dock. Maybe that kind of counts. There's another dock here as town centers. But if you don't count docks, it's 1 town center versus 3 town centers. And here comes Superhero now. And I'm wondering what Superhero's plan is. Superhero has the stone to drop a castle. And I think he wants to drop it over here. I still don't think he has any idea that Ragnar's up here. These farms are just a visual bug in the spectator view. I'm pretty sure Superhero does not know about this. He's going to build a house first. Sees a villager of Ragnar's heading up this way. Come on, that's got to be suspicious. Superhero, go find this. Go find this, Superhero. Okay, and he sees it now. So he's got the wrath that's going out. He sees that his opponent has some things going on here. But he's still going to... Alright, I guess maybe I kind of understand this castle. Maybe this castle is being dropped on a wood line, and then maybe some stone that he wants to deny, so maybe that's his reason. He finally finds the gold that Ragnar has been taking, so he's going to drop the castle here, kind of split Ragnar's base in half, deny the stone, and deny this wood line, and pressure this town center. So I suppose it's not the end of the world, but this castle is a very bad idea. I think that Superhero is going to come up here. He's going to get so many villagers. There's a lot of army here for Superhero. What's he doing? Oh, he doesn't want to lose any of his army, so he's going to let the castle go up. He could have gotten like 10 villagers, though. And then they all just run in anyway. Alright, so castle goes up, and he's going to take Ragnar's stone instead. So Superhero's at 50 villagers, and let's count Ragnar's villagers. Ragnar is at 37 villagers. He has 11 on food, and actually Ragnar already has stone up here. So Superhero denied this stone, but he did not deny all of Ragnar's stone. So what's the plan now if you are Ragnar? Well, Superhero seems to be picking up all the relics. He wants to prevent the Lithuanians from getting the relics, although he's forgotten about this monk right here. But he has built another town center, and he's taking this gold. Superhero with a big score lead now has been galleys. What do you do if you're... How do you close this game out as Superhero? I think that at this point you can kind of go rams. You can just go rams and ram this stuff down. I think he's got a big enough lead that I don't think Ragnar can really stop him. He's going to destroy this town center. Ragnar is no longer over here. So once this town center goes down, Ragnar is pretty much going to be cut off from all of these resources down here. This is the only gold that Ragnar has left right here on this town center. So as soon as that runs out, and as soon as the stone runs out, Ragnar will be in big trouble. Let's check Superhero's resources to see if he's close to advancing to the Imperial Age. He actually is. He's about a quarter of the way there. Maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe closer to a third now that I'm finishing my sentence. So he's just going to go up to Imperial Age. He's building a university, presumably to get ballistics or maybe chemistry for these Rathas. These Rathas have no... Oh, actually, they're in the melee mode right now. I guess in melee mode they're better against buildings, because buildings tend to have more pierce armor than melee armor. So that's why they're in melee mode. And they only have the first armor upgrade. But he's probably going to make trebuchets, and he's just going to siege this castle down, and then roll up and pummel the town centers as well. Ragnar building a replacement market, but Ragnar just had a very bad Dark Age, and he could have recovered from it, I think, if he were more aggressive against Superhero, but he tried to outboom Superhero, and he didn't really even succeed at that, because Superhero was just doing so much damage to him that he was never able to get ahead. So I think that as soon as Superhero hits Imperial Age, he'll be able to close this out here. He'll be able to make some trebuchets and knock down Ragnar's castle, and then he'll be able to just run in. But we'll see what happens. Superhero adding some additional town centers. And let's see where he's at with the relics. He's at 4 relics. There's one more relic to be gotten, and Ragnar sees the Imperial Age and calls the GG. Yeah, he knows. He sees the writing on the wall, to quote a biblical expression. So, Superhero with 16 kills, 11 deaths. Ragnar with 2 units converted. And Superhero having destroyed 12 buildings. Economy, Superhero had a better economy all the way around. And better advancement times. Society status, Superhero ended up with 4 relics and a villager high of 72. So even though Ragnar was building town centers like a madman, Superhero was still ahead of him with villagers, just because of the damage that he did. So now we're going to look at Jupiter. So Jupiter, you start with the 1 boar. It's this kind of a very random start here. No fish. But this terrain around Jupiter, between Jupiter and its 4 satellites, is amphibious. So they could build on it if they wanted to. You got the stripes, though, so they can't boom or put down additional town centers between these striped wood lines here. So I predict a more aggressive play from both of them. Ragnar is playing as the red Dravidians, and Superhero 55 is playing as the yellow Romans. So this scout is a different version of the scout. This is a non-nomad version with 45 HP, 4 attack, and 1/1 armor. So this scout is actually surprisingly effective against villagers because it's got more melee armor than a scout cavalry. See, the villager normally does 3 damage per hit to a scout cavalry, but to this scout, it only does 1 damage per hit because of the 1 melee armor. So I think it's significant. All your woodlines are pretty much forward on this map, so Superhero coming forward to build his lumber camp because he doesn't really have much of a choice. These reeds, though, they have 150 wood in them apiece, so not terrible. Maybe they should have less. Some people could potentially make that argument, I think. Kind of force the game to be a little bit faster and get the players to build closer together. But I think actually this map is sufficiently aggressive already. So you get 1 boar, and Ragnar is not going to lose any villagers for this one. Yeah, he's going to get this boar in proper. And Superhero has not yet taken his boar, but he probably will soon. You don't really see a lot of laming on this map, I feel like, though. It's kind of dangerous. You sort of know where your opponent is, and they do only get 1 boar, but the boar tends to be toward the back, and players tend to get it quickly. So what do Romans do versus the Dravidians anyway? Uh-oh. Not really sure. Let's go over to the Dravidian perspective and take a look at their civilization bonuses. They are an infantry and naval civilization, so they get extra wood when they advance to the next stage. Their fishermen and fishing ships carry 15 more. Their barracks technologies cost 50% less. Their siege weapons cost 33% less wood. Their skirmishers and elephant archers attack 25% faster. So, I guess you could go archers as Dravidians, but you could also do man-at-arms towers. And I think both of these civilizations could have a pretty effective man-at-arm and tower rush on this map. And I think this is a good map for it because the wood lines are all forward. Now the tricky part is that if your opponent closes this off and you really can't get through here, and then they come over here and build their lumber camp over here, then that means it's harder for you to get around because you got to back all the way up. Although this version has a red spot right here that's breaking the forest up in this location. But it can make it harder to move this way and very easy to move towards your opponent. But harder to move across the map, if that makes sense. The wood lines being that weird shape impact the gameplay. So I don't think we're going to see a dock from either player. There's only a couple of shorefish here. Uh-oh. Ragnar has not... I think he's going to find his pigs now. It looks like he's kind of struggling for food here. The food is tight on this map. He's going to be very grateful to see those pigs. He actually is going to dock. He's going to make a liar out of me. He's going to build a dock here just because he's desperate for food. But he does have these pigs, but he seemingly just can't get up. Now, there could be some hunt far away, but not in this case. It looks like there are a couple pigs. Ragnar just has to find them. So he's found some of his other pigs here. So Ragnar not finding his pigs because they're far away, I think it really set him back. I think he could be very close to clicking up to the feudal age if he had found his pigs on time. But instead he decides to adapt. He's going to go the dock route, and this will probably drive him into a fast castle. Let's see Superhero's perspective. So Superhero is going to get one more villager, and then he's going to research Loom. And then he's actually going to be well on his way up. So standard 22 pop as Romans, feudal age time, and it's probably, he could go man-at-arms. Yeah, we see 2 villagers going on to gold, so it's going to be 22 pop man-at-arms here. Whether or not that transitions into archers or towers, I hope it transitions into towers, but it could just be man-at-arms into archers. But either way, pretty standard 22 pop here. So Superhero looking good with some feudal age aggression, or with the potential for feudal age aggression. And Ragnar I don't think is clicked up yet. I don't think Ragnar is close to clicking up yet. Yeah, not enough food. You can really fall into a pit on this map because you want to keep making the villagers, but you didn't get enough food early on, so you never really crossed that threshold to be able to click up. And Ragnar is going to take these 3 shorefish, hoping that this gets him the food he needs to click up. And I think Ragnar just canceled the villager, and I think he's worried. And he's going to force drop off, and then he is going to click up to the feudal age. So Ragnar's like, all right, this is unacceptable. You know, we can't go up on 26 pop. That's just too late. So he's making a barracks. So Ragnar's going to have a little bit bigger of an economy when he gets to the feudal age, but he's not going to get there as soon. So Superhero could have the potential to do some damage to Ragnar, but Superhero is in the feudal age now. It doesn't look like he's built a barracks, so Superhero is choosing not to feudal pressure Ragnar. I think that this is a mistake. I think Superhero doesn't realize how far ahead he is of Ragnar, but he's instead going to build a market blacksmith. So he's going to give up on the opportunity to do damage to Ragnar earlier on, and he's going to go fast castle. So let's check Superhero's resources to see if he's close. It seems like a 22 pop fast castle is very ambitious, even for Romans, but he abuses the market a little bit, and he is planning on clicking up. He's got a farm, and I think, but he doesn't, he's just going to have to basically buy it, sell some wood, and then buy it. So he's waiting, idling his town center. He's got villagers on the gold. Force drop off the gold. Still not up yet. So he's probably going to sell a little bit more wood to click up, would be my guess. Trickling upward. No, he force drops again. And then, oh boy, so annoying. And there we go. So now he's able to click up. So a little bit of idle town center time, but he's on his way up to the castle age. So desires that Roman fast castle 22 pop. I don't really know if you can pull it off on this map. I don't really think you can. I think that was pretty sloppy, and if Ragnar were going feudal age, Superhero would have been in a lot of trouble. But Ragnar, as it so happened, had a very messy dark age, so he was very delayed in advancing to feudal age, and he wasn't able to go to feudal age aggression. So as luck would have it, Superhero was not punished for that. Ragnar is actually going archers now, but I think that this is kind of more of a crossbowman build. Well, actually, no, because Ragnar doesn't have the resources for it, so Superhero's in trouble. Hey, Cookie Pirate, welcome. Yeah, Superhero's in big trouble. Superhero fast castling, and Ragnar's got archers coming out across the map. Now, the good news for Superhero is that he has walled these archers out. But if Ragnar is in the least bit resourceful, which I think we can assume that he will be, he will still be able to get in. So Ragnar making the decision not to attack this wall. And is he going to try to go around? He's just going to attack the house. Superhero trying to wall behind. Ragnar getting the archers up, raining in the arrows to prevent Superhero from walling behind. Superhero is castle age now. He's castle age, but I think he's also broke too. Yeah, he has no villagers on food whatsoever. But he does have the resources to throw down a siege workshop, and I believe that's what he will do. He'll throw down a siege workshop and make some scorpions to try and survive. So these archers pick off the villagers that are walling behind. So I think Superhero just needs to abandon this wood line, wall further back, and build a new wood line. Or build a siege workshop. Alright, he is attempting to wall further back. So Ragnar's gotten 2, maybe 3 villager kills. Give me your cookies now and ask questions later. So Ragnar, satisfied with the damage done, maybe he's going to come out and around. Yeah, he deletes his house and he's going to come around and he's going to pressure Superhero somewhere else. So Superhero is making scorpions now. He's built some siege workshops. I don't know where. Oh, what the? Superhero totally pulling off a sneak attack. Scorpions. Oh, so this is why Ragnar is no longer pressuring him. So Ragnar sends the boys. He sends the villagers after the scorpions. I think Superhero sprung that trap a little bit too soon. Ragnar coming in and he's going to kill these repair villagers. And he's also sent his other villagers to attack Superhero's scorpions. I knew Superhero was going to go scorpions. I just didn't know where. And I totally missed it. So Ragnar diving those scorpions with the villagers. This is not a good. You don't want to fight scorpions with archers. I guess he's trying to dive the base of the scorpions so that he's within their minimum range. But Superhero's economy is not really set up to support this. He doesn't have enough on gold, but he has built a battering ram, so maybe he can destroy Ragnar's blacksmith. That would be pretty annoying. See where Ragnar's at. Ragnar's on his way up to the castle age. So Ragnar, in addition to damaging Superhero on this wood line, he has, for now, rebuffed Superhero's advance. Although Superhero has actually killed Ragnar's villagers, or not villagers, his archers that were attacking these scorpions. So Ragnar's going to have to think of something different. I think it's not really worth fighting this. I think Ragnar, yeah, he should just pull back. So Superhero does manage to get rid of Ragnar's army. That is a win for Superhero. I'll give him that. Is Superhero going to win this game though? I'm not so sure. The score says that Ragnar is doing much better. But we'll see. If Superhero can get up here and deny this gold, and he can deny this gold, he can actually deal a lot of damage to Ragnar. Ragnar can't farm there anymore. Can't farm here anymore either. And Superhero is coming around. He's going to find the gold. And Ragnar's got this stable up. And he's just trying to survive until he can get to the castle age. You know, what do you do if you're Ragnar? Because Superhero should be more curious about where Ragnar's taking resources. Like, he should totally loop around here and try to deny this. Okay, so now that Ragnar is in the castle age, he's going to build a siege workshop, and he's going to make mangonel of his own to clear out these scorpions. Does he make a knight? No, I think he doesn't really have the resources. He's building 2 siege workshops, and he's going to make double mangonels to clear out these scorpions. He has not gone the knight route because he probably figures he can't make knights fast enough to deal with these scorpions. At this rate, Superhero is mass producing the scorpions. Let's check and see Superhero's scorpion factory. He's actually only making from 1 siege workshop right now. So does Superhero know about the double siege workshop? He does not. So Superhero doesn't know what Ragnar has planned for these scorpions, but he's going to find out soon. Yeah, so he sees the rocks from the mangonel flying overhead. He's like, well, I better get out of here. So there he goes, trying to steal a shot off at this mangonel. He does have 1 ram, and he's repairing the scorpions. But all he had to do was come up here and stop these villagers. I think he actually maybe could have won. Because you can't make mangonels without gold. These mangonels are going... Scorpions are going down 1 at a time. Superhero's now looping up here. He's going to spot these villagers. And he could get some good damage in here. He's made a mangonel of his own to counter these mangonels. Villager goes down, and the ram that she was repairing also goes down. I mean, Superhero has taken Ragnar off of this gold, so I guess that's a win. He's flattened this villager. He's not out of it. Ragnar deciding that this gold is a little bit safer. So he comes down here and builds a mining camp down here. Superhero's on his way, though. Wants to try to flatten the villagers. And he succeeds. He gets one villager, at least. And now there's an elephant out here. So Superhero needs to make a monk to deal with this elephant. But I think... Actually, that was a good mangonel shot. These scorpions are going to finish that elephant off. That's pretty impressive. But Superhero is all in with these scorpions. Look at the economy that he has at home. So this mangonel is guarding this wood line here. That's why Ragnar hasn't been aggressive with it. But he could... Superhero... Okay, so he sees the mangonel and he pulls back. And Ragnar has also built some archers here. And it looks like he wants to go and counterattack, but this area is still walled off heavily, so I think he should try to go around. I don't know if Superhero sees these archers or not. But this lady... Yeah, this lady's in trouble. Alright, that villager goes down. Superhero attempting to send another repair villager. It's cost effective because it requires half the resources to repair. And Superhero just really struggling to keep up with Ragnar's economy here. Ragnar's able to put out more units than Superhero can. Here comes Ragnar now. Ragnar figures, if I can shut down Superhero's gold mine and his lumber mill, I can put an end to this scorpion madness. So here he comes. He doesn't even have the crossbow upgrade yet. Doesn't need it. Doesn't want it, but he's going to look for some economy to hit. So mangonel for Superhero pursuing Ragnar's mangonel. I think it is going to get run down by this elephant. But these archers are what we need to watch. These archers could end the game. They are crossbowmen now. And yes, Superhero seeing these crossbowmen in his base, has no answer to them, has no ability to stop them at all, so he calls the GG. But GG, well played from both of these players. I think this is a good set. And they played... The player that was more aggressive was the one that ended up winning in both cases. Ragnar with 30 kills to 20 deaths. They both had a largest army of 11. Ragnar with bigger economy, though, which is what put him on top. Superhero with the faster advancements. But Ragnar with the feudal age action, I think, that won him the game. Put Superhero behind and won him the game. So the next set we're going to look at is Shikso versus Ice-T. And the first game in that set is the next planet, the next planet out from Jupiter, Saturn. So let us load the replay and we'll take a look here. Remember, these guys are, I think, seeds 1 and 4 in the league. So this is 2K gameplay that we're getting into. So Ice-T is playing as the yellow Byzantines and Shikso is playing as the blue Bohemians. So let's talk about this map. This map is, it's kind of like enclosed, right? You start pretty close to your opponent. You got these reeds, you can chop through them. You have a forward gold. You could actually wall to this gold. It's not that big of a deal. Pluto is the next planet out. Pluto is not a planet. Oh, look at them. You see, you can tell it's a 2K level because they're already having a scout fight. I guess maybe Shikso is coming over here to mess with this boar lure, but Ice-T got it first. He got it in time, which makes sense because it starts right next to his town. Alright, and he manages to bring this boar in. This is the one that's kind of at risk. Starts a little bit further out. And then you've got these rings here, and the rings have box turtles in them. The rings of Saturn do. So you can take this food, but it's a little bit harder to defend. You can wall it off. You can wall all across this, which is convenient. And then it's also a little bit like Four Lakes in the sense that you've got these fish in the corner that you can take. And you can choose to dock block it if you want. Or you can choose not to. I guess in theory, your opponent, if they had a very strong naval presence, the ships could go anywhere around the outside. You don't have to delete them and build a new dock, and you can send them all around. Let's talk about stone. Not a lot of stone on the map, so not many tower rushes will you see. Just a little bit of stone and some scattered gold here and there, and some scattered reed forests. So it's a pretty aggressive map, I feel. Ice-T is a big believer in ships on this map. He thinks that ships are OP. You know, building a dock and going everywhere. With the ships, he's going to start to wall off with the house. So, Bohemians and Byzantines. Byzantines, fantastic at counters. A great civ. My favorite civ, actually. And Ice-T could make a lot of skirmishers and stuff to counter what Shikso is going to do. I don't know if Shikso is going to go... Bohemians can do all kinds of things. I don't know if he's going to go like the chemistry crossbow route. He's going to go the monk rush route. If he's going to go the wagon unique unit route. I don't know. But here he is with a villager. No loom yet. And, oh! Ice-T going for the lame. Stealing Shikso's board. Does Shikso know about this? Oops. Pause. Does Shikso know that Ice-T is laming his boar? Yeah, he is going to see it running away. He's going to think, ah, crap, I didn't get my boar. Oh, no. Ice-T failing with the lame. Shikso's boar is headed back to its position. It's always a relief to see. You look down and you see the boar, you know, running, and he's sending his scout back, right? And now he's sending a villager to get it. You see your boar running away, and you're like, ah, shoot, I can't send anything there in time. And then the boar suddenly stops and walks back home. It's always a relief to see. Bohemians are very powerful in post-Imperial Age. It's true. I don't know that the game on this map will get there, but they're definitely a formidable civilization, not to be underestimated at all. Their Hufnitze, their cannons, OP. I don't know. I guess in theory Byzantines are better late game on this map. I think Dromons beat Hufnitze. But dang, those Hufnitze are so annoying with their splash damage. They counter even Redemption Monks. It's very annoying. Alright, so Shikso gets his dock up. He does not have loom on his villagers yet. Loom puts you a villager behind, so he doesn't want to get it. Does Ice-T have a dock up? He does, and he is fishing. So both players have decided to dock. And where's Ice-T's scout? I don't see it. Ice-T on his way up to the feudal age just now. Clicking up, essentially. Yeah, he's 6% of the way there. I think Shikso's actually up first. Let's double check. Nope, Shikso's not up. So Ice-T has clicked. Shikso has not clicked yet. Shikso's at 21 pop. Ice-T is at 22 pop. So Shikso, maybe that comes down to Shikso deciding to take his boar a little bit later for whatever reason. He's getting loom. So Shikso, I think he's going up a little bit later than Ice-T. I think he wants more of a fast castle. He's got 3 villagers on gold here. And now he's going to build this mining camp. So I feel like it's fast castle from Shikso. It's got 3 fishing ships and a bunch of fishermen taking the box turtles. I think they are both weak in feudal relative to other civilizations that get better eco bonuses. And the Byzantines get no eco bonuses. So Ice-T is almost to feudal age, and Shikso is about a third of the way. So Ice-T is going to have a little bit of a feudal age advantage, and he is investing in docking this area. I don't know if he plans on making any ships from this dock, or if he's just going to use the dock for now to take the box turtles. But it looks like this is a military dock. So Ice-T is a big believer in using docks for military on this map. And I haven't seen any such behavior from Shikso so far. I mean, Shikso, you could make the argument that there's fishing ships out here, and they're defenseless. So it's more worth your time to build stuff. Shikso on his way up. Ice-T, let's see what Ice-T is doing. He is making a fire. From where is he making a fire? He's making it from the inner dock. Okay. So he's actually not making it here, even though he could Does he know that Shikso has a dock? He must know. Yeah, he knows that Shikso has a dock. So he knows that Shikso has a dock, but he's still making his fire from this dock here. Because he wants to go and harass whatever Shikso is doing. He believes Shikso's taking resources in here, and he can do more damage on this inner ring, which is kind of funny. We'll see if that's true, if Ice-T can do that. And he's also building a defensive watchtower here just in case. Now, I think he should wall this off too, but he probably will in time. So, and he's sending his fire galley this way. Alright. Shikso's going to see it, so Ice-T is going to know. Or, sorry, Shikso's going to know. Surely he must see it. Yeah, he's got his Photon Man scout going down. Shikso, I'm not really sure why he took that fight. I can't imagine why he thought he would win that fight. And he's just gonna build a mill out here instead. So he sees what his opponent's up to. Oh no, he's going on to stone. Okay. So I don't know if this means that Shikso is, and he's gonna take these fishes out here maybe? No, he's gonna put them all on stone. Interesting. La Muerte Peluda, hello, welcome. You're just in time for our 2K set from this cast. Well, you're a little bit late, actually, but that's okay. It's great to have you here. So Shikso is actually halfway up to Castle Age. So Shikso's just like, I don't care about that fire galley. I'm just going to go Castle Age, and I'm going to build my castle, and I'm going to punish you for being silly and wasting time with ships on the inner ring. That's probably what Shikso's thinking. I can't read his mind. And he never wrote me any letters describing how he felt about this game. He just played it. Now Shikso's got a fire galley here. I think, Ice-T has the attack rate advantage, but Shikso has a villager, and he can just repair the fire galley. And it looks like Ice-T has to withdraw. I'm actually surprised that Ice-T has not destroyed any fishing ships. I feel like that would be his first thing to do. Okay, he actually dock blocked this. And he's got his Photon Man there. And so now what's Ice-T doing? Well, he's actually investing more and more into fire ships. He's got a couple galleys here, and he's actually going to see these villagers coming. So I don't know if Shikso is planning on building a castle with them, but these ships will sort of prevent that. And he's got the fire galley here working on the blacksmith too. Okay, here they come. So here comes some villagers, and let's see what Shikso's plan is for that castle. He's just going to build it right here. He wants to get Ice-T away from his base. This is a defensive castle. This is going to kind of clear these ships up. Ice-T is going to try to range these villagers. I don't think he can range them all. And so Shikso's going to be able to get this castle up. And Ice-T has built a dock here too. Oh my gosh, so annoying. Shikso will get this castle up, but he might lose a couple villagers in the meantime. He's doing a good job microing them, actually. Only one villager has gone down so far, and he's got 3 military units trying to interfere with this. And Shikso deleting the walls, and he sends everybody. He's like, this castle will go up, my friend. He's not messing around. He's getting kind of annoyed. He's seen ships out here, ships in here. Castle does go up. Ice-T gets out of there. So Shikso can now make those Hussite wagons. And he can come over here to Ice-T's base, and he could actually be pretty obnoxious to Ice-T if he wanted to be. And this area is secured, and this is actually a big nerf to those ships now, because if the ships want to be over here, and they're over here, they have to go all the way around, and vice versa. So the castle, it doesn't look like it does much, but it secures more stone for him, so he can build more towers and castles and town centers and stuff along these rings and suppress the ships. Ships are just so annoying. But we'll see if it pans off, because Ice-T is only a third of the way up to the castle age now. Shikso has an advantage over him. Shikso's managed to keep his fish alive. Ice-T has managed to keep his fish alive too, although Shikso is not really invested in ships at all. And here come the wagons. So the wagons are coming to mess with Ice-T's economy. There's stone collection here, and there's gold collection here. The galleys are attacking the Hussite wagons. Not really a productive fight, I feel. I don't know if Shikso really should want to fight this. I think he's better off harassing some villagers, but he also might be trying to gain some critical mass. Okay, he's got a monk here too. The monk could be useful in converting ships, or he might just be going for the relics. Not sure. So let's see what Ice-T knows. He's going to stonewall this off. He doesn't want the Hussite wagons getting in. Now he's Castle Age. And Ice-T does not have the stone for a castle himself. But the Hussite wagons will actually be effective against the ships, as long as he keeps them out of range of the fires, which is what Shikso is doing. And he's working on getting the mass here. So Ice-T's first upgrade is going to be ship upgrade. These Hussite wagons are starting to get sufficient number here to threaten the ships right now. So Ice-T really needs his upgrades. Okay, Shikso building a more forward monastery. So it looks like he really wants to push this. But these Hussite wagons are holding their own. I mean, they have 7 pierce armor, but there's a demolition ship. So Shikso wisely micros away from it. He does not want to deal with that. These villagers managed to get the monastery up. And this villager now seeking some high ground, kind of a safe spot out of range of those ships. And Ice-T is going to build a defensive castle here. Shikso has made a ram. He wants to pressure Ice-T from this direction. So the ships are going to go down, actually. No pressure on this front. It looks like Shikso decided he wanted to mine this here, and Ice-T found it and prevented that. It looks like Ice-T has managed to break in on Shikso's fishing economy. I don't know if Shikso is setting up alternate... Oh yeah, okay, he's taken the box turtles. So, and he's got presence up here too, so he should be okay. As long as he clears these ships out, he can take all kinds of box turtles. So he destroys the outpost, and he's going to pick up this relic too. And Shikso coming around for another monastery. Oh, this is very interesting. Ice-T building another dock. So Ice-T really, does not want to make anything other than ships here. Shikso just kind of waiting here. The monk doesn't want to go anywhere because he knows there's going to be a monastery here. Tries to get a conversion. Ice-T deletes the ship instead of allowing it to be converted, which is funny. And I don't know what happened to Shikso's ram, but it looks like it did manage to destroy the house. And the Hussite wagons are making a loop around. So Ice-T making a mangonel to deal with the Hussite wagons, which I think is a smart choice. Especially because these wagons are starting to close in on this side of the gold mine. Now, I think they are in range of the castle. Shikso's got to get out of there, but he does manage to pick off a villager. 39 villagers for Ice-T versus 43 villagers for Shikso. And this has been a fantastic game so far. These two players are definitely worthy of each other, and Ice-T is bringing some good plays here against the big dog in Sprint 2 of our league, Shikso. So Shikso building an outpost here, but I guess he didn't finish it. He's going to finish it later. He needs the house first. And these buildings are great because they give you vision over what your opponent is doing. So he's going to build this outpost. He's going to try to trap in Ice-T. Now, I don't know that Ice-T... I feel like he's got... Yeah, okay. He's got at least one more villager out here. And he could build more docks. And Shikso is mass-producing monks now. He's making monks from 3 monasteries. And he wants to come out here and he wants to take these box turtles as well, but Ice-T very annoyingly has ships in this region, so they're going to continue to attack the villagers until Shikso addresses this. The good news for Ice-T is that he has managed to clear out Shikso's fishing ships. So Shikso, he wants in, but he can't get in. He's getting devotion to make his units harder to convert. Shikso's going for a relic grab. I think you're right. He's got one relic here. And where are the rest of his the relics? Let's take a look at Shikso's Fog of War. Well, if he's going for a relic grab, he's taking his time. I guess he's got another relic here. Oh no, Shikso! He's forgotten that these mangonels are in range. Oh, that sucks. No, Shikso, no! Alright, the rest of these wagons are out of range. That's very unfortunate for Shikso. Forgot about them and lost like 3 wagons for free, and then a few more of them are pretty close to being dead. Now he's got 1 wagon left. He sends the repair villager. And he's got... Okay, and he's got 1 war galley here that he converted. So he's trying to take box turtles over here, but I guess he abandoned the prospect because there was too much stuff going on over here. There actually is really only 1 unit left, though, so Shikso could deal with this pretty easily. He's just got to save up the units for it. Oh, he manages to convert this mangonel. That's pretty funny. And Shikso's saving up some resources to go up to Imperial Age. So you can see he's not spending anything. And let's see, he's got his 2nd relic. Here's another relic right here. He's sending a monk to go find it. You can see, yeah, he's clicked all the waypoints. So he wants the next age. And Shikso has clicked up to the next stage. So let's see what Ice-T is doing. Actually, Ice-T is already on his way up to the Imperial Age, and he is getting atonement. So Ice-T is basically recognizing that this comes down to monks. See, this is what I tell you. Age of Empires is all about the monks. The game just revolves around monks. So he's getting atonement. He's built 2 more monasteries in the back of his base. And I bet what we're going to see is we're going to see Ice-T chopping through here and actually monk rushing Shikso through the center, which is going to be amazing. And something that Shikso is not prepared for, right? He's got all of his stuff over here. So Shikso adding another relic to his collection. Ice-T can see it, of course, because free town patrol. Let's see. Where are we at for relics? Okay, Shikso's actually just going to send a monk over here to convert this fire ship, which is even smarter. And he's also going to send a monk to get this relic. And then I think he's got all the relics. Oh, why not get 2 conversions? So Ice-T deletes it. And now Shikso will come over here and pick up this relic. Yep, here he comes. Comes to go and get the relic. And Shikso mass-producing monks as well. You know, it just so happened this way, too, because they both have really good monks, both of these civilizations. Bohemians, arguably better monks, late game. Considering that they can make food monks, and we see a little bit of a religious battle here. With Shikso getting the better of Ice-T, getting 2 monk conversions, Ice-T not getting any. Luckily for Ice-T, this castle just finished those traders off. And Shikso collecting some monks over here, and he's going to try to get some conversions on these fire ships. So Ice-T deletes them. I guess they weren't really doing much. Shikso sends a fire galley in here to clear out Ice-T's fishing ships, but it doesn't look like anybody has any... Actually, Ice-T's fishing ships are down here, and Shikso isn't going for them right now. Could just be that he doesn't know about it. I mean, there is a dock here, so he should check. And yes, Shikso has now started the countdown for the relic victory. And as you can see, Ice-T is pushing through the center as predicted. He built a town center, he's building another town center, and he's got a trebuchet. And he's actually probably going to pack it up and move it forward, and he's going to push right through the center of the map. So at some point, Ice-T is going to have to stop this relic victory, but it's not that big of a deal because this monastery is in range of his castle. So I don't really think Shikso was specifically targeting the relic victory. I think he just wanted to prevent Ice-T from getting the relic victory, and he wanted to get the gold income, which really does help, especially in a situation where you need lots of gold for monks. Now, Shikso deciding castle here. He doesn't have time to get this castle up and defend it, so he's going to flee this central area, and he's going to build his lumber camp here. Yeah, so Ice-T sieging this monastery, and Shikso is going into bombard cannons. So that's really smart. The bombard cannons will be a good answer You can see that he's got a university here, but chemistry takes time. Chemistry actually, I believe, takes longer to research than Imperial Age, or very close. So he's got to be patient. Bohemians, of course, get amazing bombard cannons, and Ice-T denying the relic victory. So Shikso's going to come forward and snag these relics and bring them someplace safer. And he might as well eject this relic as well while he's at it, and get him, like, bring him to a monastery right here or something, or back here. Someplace where Ice-T does not have convenient trebbing range. And he collects the relics before Ice-T can snag them. That's pretty funny. Ice-T is coming out here looking for him. He's actually going to try to convert the monks that are carrying the relics, which is even funnier. And well, why kill them when you can just convert them and convince them to bring the relics back to your base instead? So here's the cannon. The cannon is working on Ice-T's castle. And Shikso's got all kinds of monks. He's got all kinds of stuff here. He's got the Hussite wagons. He's even got a war galley here left over. So I think we're going to see a monk battle pretty soon. As soon as Ice-T manages to assemble his forces and stage everything. He can't repair this castle for forever, but he also doesn't want that castle to go down. Meanwhile, Ice-T is somewhat moving through the center. I guess he's kind of pushing this trebuchet up. And he's working on this lumber camp. If he can aggravate Shikso's wood collection, it'll be a big advantage, considering that Shikso needs a lot of wood to make bombard cannons. All right, so here it goes. So we're gonna see the big monk battle here now. Neither player has a really robust enough of a food income to go scouts, and Shikso just deleting the Hussite wagons instead of letting them be converted, which is kind of funny. Shikso's actually pulled back. I'm not really sure what he's waiting for. And he's also sending another Hussite wagon forward, so I don't know what the deal with that is. He's going to try to convert this Hussite wagon back, perhaps? I don't know. He's going to get... Oh, he's going to destroy it with the cannon now. And Ice-T is going to collect this relic, which is unfortunate for Shikso. I think especially if the game went on for a while. Shikso... I don't know what happened here. It looks like Ice-T came forward to build some things, and then Shikso had a trebuchet. Oh, no, you know what? I bet Shikso converted this trebuchet. That's really funny. And that's why it's flaming, is because the villagers were attacking it. So this trebuchet came forward to do some more damage, and Shikso came over and converted it. And so now Shikso is going to restart his attack, and Ice-T is going into stables. He's going to flatten this trebuchet to make sure that it doesn't mess with his cannons, and Shikso's going to come back here and work on the castle. So Ice-T has no stone with which to repair this castle, but he's getting light cabs now. Alright, and big monk battle here. So the monks are hopping out of the castle. I really think that what Shikso needs is Shikso needs to roll this trebuchet out, and he needs to send it over here, and he just needs to slowly work on this castle with trebuchets. Here's why I say this. Because trebuchets must be converted by monks that are adjacent to them. So that means that in order for Ice-T's monks to approach and threaten Shikso's siege weapons, they have to be within range of Shikso's own monks. And so it would make his siege of this castle a lot more effective. But Ice-T quietly massing up some light cav. Actually, maybe not so quietly. It looks like he's sending them around to raid. And Atonement Monk battle here. It looks like Shikso getting conversion, Ice-T getting a couple other conversions. Oh boy. And meanwhile, the castle is under attack. Shikso converting some monks back. And then he sees the light cabs, so he must be a little bit worried about that. I think Ice-T is saving up for the Hussar upgrade, it looks like. He's kind of got the gold for it. Shikso attempting to convert these light cabs. But the light cab, I think, catch him off guard. He does get one conversion. And he should just take this light cab and try to snipe as many monks as he can. Okay, he's built a barracks and he's starting to make some spearmen. So Bohemian spearmen have extra bonus attack versus cavalry. So he's actually going to save this cannon, which is pretty incredible. He's going to get one monk, maybe two. Nope. So Ice-T managing to managing to keep this other monk alive. And let's take a check on the villagers here. Ice-T with 76 villagers and Shikso with 39. Oh, so Shikso has not really been booming up at all. He's been more so all in here. He's building additional monasteries. I'm not sure about these monasteries. He's got some pikemen here too. I think Ice-T is going to win this. I think Shikso neglected the boom perhaps, or he took a little bit too long to do the damage. I think trebuchets would have been a lot more helpful against this castle. Pikemen are here. Byzantine healing. Not quite. The monks are running away instead of healing. And Shikso making monks from 4 monasteries, but calls the GG. Just too far behind. 38 villagers, and Ice-T has 85. But that was a really entertaining game. Very fun. Back and forth for sure. I thought that Shikso was going to win for a while. Let's take a look at the statistics. Bohemians have that big bonus for monks, costing food instead of gold, if I remember right. Yeah, they can get a unique technology that allows their monks to cost food instead of gold, which could be very useful in some situations. Similar KD, Shikso with more conversions, though, by 4. Largest army, 21 versus 25. Ice-T with more food and wood collected, Shikso with more stone and gold collected by far. Oops. So, Shikso with better Castle Age, Ice-T with better Feudal and Imperial Age times. Relics captured 4, 2,000 relic gold for Shikso, but higher villager high for Ice-T. Yes. GG, well played. So now Shikso's going to want to come back for some revenge. Let's see if he gets it. They are playing on Comet. Comet was in Alchemy League Season 1, but it has been remastered for Alchemy League Season 5. Looks like the players are starting in a particular spawn of Comet that is far away from the chunks in the tail. So they're kind of starting on this side of it. Ice-T is playing as the yellow Mayans, and Shikso is playing as the blue Koreans. So I love Koreans for this map. I think they're a great choice. This map has a lot of big wood lines, and you don't really get that many, and they're kind of far away from your town center, and they're all forward. So if you can deny wood lines with towers as Koreans, you absolutely should. And Ice-T coming forward and grabbing his forward sheep, and then I think he's coming forward to lame as well. And actually, I think these are Shikso sheep right here, and Ice-T's going to find those. You get the eagle. It looks like these guys never upgraded this map, unfortunately. The original version of this map, as it was released, we forgot to put the Photon Man Scout here. So, Ice-T and Shikso are going to get normal scouts instead of the Photon Man Scouts, which doesn't bother them. It's not that big of a deal. So, Shikso bringing in his first boar. Guys, the forests, they're like ruins. I mean, what kind of trees can you expect in a frozen, lifeless rock like a comet, right? So we figured might as well make it something like a piece of a planet that broke off or something that had an ancient civilization on it and got thrown out into the far cold reaches of space where there was a bunch of snow that settled, and now it looks like this. What better of a civ to play on this map and use towers than Koreans? Exactly. So I think that we're going to see a lot of towers from Shikso, but we'll see. We'll see. Here comes Shikso. He's going to scout his opponent out. He's going to spot the wood line, a very forward wood line. And, like, tell me, come on. Like, you see this wood line here is Shikso? Let's check his fog of war. Oh, he didn't find it! He didn't find the lumber camp. I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness, Shikso. How could he not have found it? Okay, so he doesn't find the lumber camp. He finds the house. He probably figures his opponent is up here somewhere, because he knows that the spawns have to be at least symmetric. So he's going to find the golds are all pretty much in the back. You can go navy on this map, although it looks like Shikso is just going to build a mill here, and He's going to take the box turtles. Neither player has docked yet. It used to be that you had deep fish out here, and docking was a lot more prevalent. Now it's more so, it's not as clearly advantageous. Because you do start close to your opponent. There can be a temptation to go towers instead of docks, which I think is healthy. If you build docks out here along this edge, you could potentially take the oysters, get some gold that way. Alright, so Ice-T deciding to dock now. He loves docks. And it looks like there's 5 box turtles nearby for him to take. So did Shikso find that no, he did not. He did not find the lumber camp yet. He is finding the dock. And this villager here, she has loom because it's Mayans. So he's not going to be able to get the villager pick off. Mayans, of course, starting with an extra villager, so they start house, so they have to get loom. And that's why Ice-T has loom. Does Shikso have loom? That's the question. He also has loom. He must have just gotten loom by choice. I'm not really sure why he got loom. He's nowhere near the resources to... Actually, he's already clicked up. So he's on his way up to the feudal age at... Holy... He's on his way up to the feudal age at 17 pop. What is this? So Shikso's gonna gate trap this scout. Oh, yikes. I don't know how this eagle managed to get out of that, but took a lot of damage. So Shikso heavily on wood, going up with a lightning fast feudal age. Let's see what Ice-T's feudal age is. Ice-T has not even clicked up yet. Ice-T's probably thinking, oh, you know, I'll just go 20 pop feudal age, no problem. You know, that's pretty fast. But no, Shikso is already up. So Ice-T coming out here onto the gold. So it's probably going to be some kind of archers build, I would imagine. 3 villagers on gold. It's pretty standard, and it's too fast for any fast castle. Alright, so Shikso's going to scout this lumber camp now. So Shikso is going to know that his opponent has a very forward lumber camp. And maybe Shikso will come forward with a tower. We'll see. We'll see. Let's going to check Shikso's point of view. He's really active around Ice. You can kind of tell when your opponent is this active and scouting you, they're up to no good. And so there's 2 reasons why we know Shikso's up to no good. One of them is because he's scouting Ice-T very heavily, and the other reason is because he's got this forward villager building a tower. And then the other reason was because he was up very fast. So he's building this barracks now. He's got villagers on wood. He's got a few villagers taking box turtles. Maybe he did the math and he figured, 3 on box turtles, that's enough to sustain constant villager production. And he's got 2 on gold, so maybe man-at-arms plus towers? I don't know. He's built a barracks, and he's getting double bid-axe now. Don't see any technology. Ice-T's scout is caught out of position. Now, the good news is that Ice-T's going to see this tower going up. So, if you're Ice-T, what do you do with when you see that tower? Oh, yeah, so he's seen the tower, but he hasn't reacted. Okay, he's pulling his villagers now. So he kind of accepts that this tower is going up. Pulls the villagers away from that side. Is that villager trapped, though? Oh, yikes. That is unfortunate. So one of Ice-T's... No, it's not. Okay, so Ice-T is not trapped there. It's a little hard to tell with the ruins. He's going to build this archery range, and he's going to go after Shikso with archers. Shikso going to try to be as annoying as possible. I like Mayans here too, says Cookie Pirate. I can see why he chose them, because this map can be challenging for resources, and with Mayans, resources last longer. So it makes sense. It's a good choice. And Shikso trying to get this villager down, but he doesn't quite doink her. She's on 1 HP, and Ice-T's going to send her back home. So Shikso just barely failing to kill that villager. And he's built this tower, so the question is, what's next? Well, Shikso has made an archery range, and now he's going to make some archers. And we sort of predicted that he would do something with this gold. I wasn't sure if it would be man-at-arms or archers, but he's making a few archers just to give himself some presence here. I think he will ultimately build more towers. I could be wrong, but he's got to find Ice-T's other resource collection points. He got this tower up. That's a good win for him. Looks like there's a spearman. Okay, I wonder if he's going to fight this. No, it doesn't look like he's going to fight it. He's going to pull back. Another archery range for Shikso. The advantage of the Koreans here is that although their archers are more expensive than mines, they get the armor upgrades for free. So Shixo doesn't have to spend any resources on that. And Ice-T going eagles. Or at least he's made another eagle. And he's making another eagle. So Shixo needs to be careful because eagles can be quite powerful against ranged units. It's true. And that's what he's doing here. He's more so going archers and he's focusing down that eagle. But I would love to see Shixo make another tower. Sneak over here and build another tower. But it's tough because these are 2K players and so they tend to see things. And it's harder to be sneaky when your opponent is a 2K player. So back on Ice-T's Fog of War, these buildings allow him to see that these units are coming forward. He is not on these berries because the box turtles are better. So neither player... This is so funny. Neither player has fletching yet. Ice-T's about to get it, which is important for him. Let's see where Shixo is at. Shixo's getting fletching now. Actually, has this been off the whole cast? Yeah, I think it kind of has been. There we go. Alright, I can't believe that those have been disabled the whole cast. Oops, oh well. At least I've been talking through it. It's just a little bit of a fight here. These are mostly skirmishers though, so Shixo's just going to send some villagers after them. He's trying to micro these skirmishers against the eagle. Decides, not worth it. My opponent's just running away. Shixo throwing the archers away, unfortunately. Well, he's on his way up here now. I think he wants to pressure Ice-T's resource collection. Nope, Shixo's going to make a stable. This is a very strange choice. But it could be very rewarding for him if he could get a couple scouts out. And what's he doing with this villager? I guess he's just going to try to take this eagle down, but again, just barely failing. Doink. And he's going to fight this with villagers. I don't know how I feel about that. I think he should pull those villagers back. Yeah, he pulls them back. So Shixo making a couple of scouts. We'll see. I don't know. Ice-T is getting armor for his eagle, so he's, Ice-T has two different types of units here, and Shixo, he's making units from two different buildings, and Shixo's only making units from one so far. So this scout is sort of his answer. And the scouts will do well against the eagles too. Or at least decently. Got to focus this eagle down. It is bold, yeah. Scouts plus archers, very expensive to do. But Shixo's using the power of the box turtles to make it happen. Alright, here come the scouts now. Ice-T not expecting that. He's running away. Shixo going to build a market. And he's going to build a couple more houses. Ice-T going to wall this off. Or at least Ice-T is going to make another barracks, perhaps? Yeah, another barracks. Going to outmass Shixo in terms of eagle count, maybe. And this is turning into a scout rush with some skirmishers. There could be... Shixo may not have enough skirmishers left, though. Maybe Ice-T builds some pikemen now, or rather spearmen. And Shixo managing to clear that up. Now that this is cleared up, Shixo could build a tower here. But I don't think he will. I think he's committed to military. Ice-T quick walling this out. He's got to build another one here. Yeah, there it is. So he small walls Shixo out. But the scouts are definitely a very decisive play here. And if we look back, if we look back and Shixo ends up winning this game, we could say that the scouts put him in a really good position to do so. Ice-T still massing up the eagles. So Shixo going to come out here and pressure these fishing ships with his scouts, maybe? No, he's going to come over here and attack the gold. What are these eagles waiting? Oh, okay, the eagles are going to come over here and fight the ranged units. I think these eagles have... No, they don't have the attack upgrades. Oh! Shixo not paying attention. The eagles are fighting the ranged units independently. He is. Shikso, importantly, is on his way up to the Castle Age, and Ice-T is stuck in the Feudal Age, so the Castle Age could be very decisive for Shikso. Yeah, Ice-T is invested heavily in Eagle economy here. He's fighting this scout, trying to get this scout off of his back, loses another villager. So Ice-T with 37 villagers and Shikso with 35. But that's to be expected because Shikso's advancing to the Castle Age now. So maybe Ice-T is able to get some damage in with these eagles, but he's probably not going to get there by attacking the range. He needs to loop around and pressure Shikso's resources, and he knows this. He's just waiting. So Shikso going to wall this off. The good news about this map is you can wall to the edge here. But Shikso needs to get a move on that. Alright, he's going to small wall the gold instead. He's going to build a gate here. The eagles just decide to cut through the town center, and Shikso's got eagles on its gold. That's not good. You know, Ice-T may have just... Oh, ouch for Shikso. He's Castle Age now, but Ice-T doing a lot of damage, so setting Shikso back. Meanwhile, Shikso doesn't have anything on Ice-T's base. Eagles slipping through a hole in the wall. Now, the good news for Shikso is a lot of them are very hurt, so he's going to fight this. I think he's going to be able to fight it off, and Shikso making very strange choice of Korean cavalry archers. Shikso, he loves making cavalry archers. Ice-T trying to come through here, but there's a tower. And he's... Okay, so Shikso massing the cavalry archers. Ice-T is on his way up to the Castle Age. He's going to preemptively tower this. He might be afraid that Shikso is going to build a tower nearby. And he's very committed to the eagles. I think Ice-T has actually seen the cavalry archers too, though. So he's making these eagles despite that knowledge. Maybe he feels like if he has enough of them, or if they have the right upgrades, they'll perform okay. Cavalry archers more mobile than eagles. Ice-T trying to get a surround here. Can't quite get it. Loses some eagles in the process. Shikso chasing these eagles away, raining arrows upon them, killing two and almost killing a third. And only now is Shikso going off to this stone here. It's probably motivated by the desire to build additional town centers, although maybe he really wants a castle or something. So the cavalry archers looping around and attacking the gold, that's pretty annoying. Ice-T has 36 villagers and Shikso has 38 villagers. So they're close in villager count, actually. Ice-T is trying to keep these annoying cavalry archers off of his base. But he's losing a lot of eagles in the process. Because the eagles just cannot keep up with the cavalry archers. So he resorts to skirmisher instead, and he's got to withdraw from the gold, which is annoying. Decides to build this town center here just to solidify his control of this wood line. And these skirmishers need to find these cavalry archers. Losing more villagers. Shikso with 41 villagers and Ice-T probably mid-30s. Yeah, 35. 16 of which are idle. These cavalry archers being super annoying. But I do think that skirmishers are the answer to these cavalry archers. That or archers of his own. But I don't think the eagles worked out well for Ice-T. I think he would have been better off going archers and skirmishers. Kind of like a mixture of those two. He's got to withdraw from this fruit bush growing on the frozen surface of the comet. So Shikso's going to try to come through here, but he's going to see there's a town center in the way, so he's got to loop around. Ice-T can at least take some wood here in a relatively safe manner. He's got a tower here, he's got a town center, and he's building a siege workshop to try to keep his gold safe. But these cavalry archers are super annoying. He can't get this siege workshop up. Needs more skirmishers. More villagers go down. Ice-T is at 37. Building a monastery, maybe to convert some cavalry archers. Not sure. Maybe he was not able to garrison in the tower. All right, so the siege workshop does eventually go up. He's also building a ship to be aggressive. Ship maybe will allow him to come over here and pressure Shikso's box turtle fishermen. Maybe Shikso just picked Koreans because of the psychological expectation. You know, the effect of the opponent thinking that you're going to go towers, but then it not actually going them. All right, so Ice-T has built a scorpion here. This will help him drive Shikso away. But he's completely off of gold. Shikso's done a good job of taking Ice-T off of gold, and that gold starvation hurts. Shikso building an aggressive guard tower now on Ice-T's wood collection. He's trying to expand his wood collection out here, but he's going to have to come back and... actually, does Ice-T know about this tower? He does not. So this tower going up will be quite annoying to him. He'll have to take wood somewhere else, maybe over here. But he hasn't even gotten elite skirm yet because he prioritized the eagles. And Shikso's punishing him for it. We got some more villagers here from Shikso, and he's building another tower. Alright, so the towers are the late game play here. It's going to shut down Ice-T's wood production. May even build another tower here underneath this tower, I'm not sure. Or he may just get range upgrades. So at least this wood is safe for Ice-T for now, but this horde of cavalry archers is not making it easy for Ice-T to escape somewhere. So Ice-T coming maybe with the intent of battering this tower down. It looks like he is actually going to get in on the base of it. So Shikso will probably send his cavalry archers back to deal with this. Going to fight it with villagers for now and maybe repair the tower. And Ice-T calling the GG, seeing these cavalry archers moving in, realizing that he doesn't have any good options to take wood or gold. So Shikso really punishing the resources of Ice-T in this particular matchup. I also think that Ice-T's decision to invest heavily in eagles in Feudal Age was probably what cost him the game. But these guys are fantastic players. They're way better than I am. So there's stuff that's going through their heads that I wouldn't even think about. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Let's go and take a look at the statistics, and then we'll switch over here to the outro. So Shikso with 82 kills, 44 deaths. A lot of these are going to be villagers and cheap mine units. That's no surprise there. Army size is large. I mean, the largest army difference is only 5. Shikso with more food and wood collected, and actually all resources. Better advancement times, and villager high of 56, and the timeline is right here where Shikso vanquished all of Ice-T's stuff, and then Ice-T kind of had a window to hit Shikso, and he didn't hit him hard enough. Shikso reached the Castle Age, and those eagles, they were kind of in on the wood line, but they just didn't get the damage in. So it's been a fun cast. I think some good games for sure. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting the stream as always. Yeah, you know, he tied it up. He tied it up for sure. Consider signing up for Alchemy League Season 6. Really appreciate the people that click, the people that give us notice. A lot of work goes in to putting together Alchemy League behind the scenes. I know it doesn't seem like much. Oh, you know, 16 games for each player in theory. Not a lot, right? But there's a lot that goes into it. So really appreciate the people tuning in to witness the fruits of our labors. So really appreciate you. I've been TechChariot. This is an Age of Empires 2 cast for Alchemy League, a round-robin 1v1 tournament. And I will see you again soon, hopefully with more Alchemy League content.